Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Armstrong. I'm here with today's Tuesday tips, trying to get back on a regular routine. If you find the information to be useful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you to the APA, the ACA for the utilization of these videos in cultural psychology. Today, we will talk about emotional awareness. Emotional awareness. Be it that this is still the month of men's mental health awareness for men, I think it would be very beneficial to help my brothers and instruct them on ways to be emotionally aware and how to even really tap into what they're feeling. Once we understand that men, really men of all races, come from an era in this day and age of fathers and grandfathers and older brothers and uncles who pretty much taught us don't show emotion. Don't show emotion, and whatever you're feeling, you suppress it, you hide it, you don't let it show unless it's a show of macho-ness, of a show of masculinity. And I'm all about masculinity. I am not with the movement that masculinity is harming our men. You are a man. You are supposed to be masculine. There's nothing wrong with being aware, which we will talk about, of your feelings. However, I am not with this new age movement of men need to soften up, this, that, and the other. No. No, there's a difference for masculinity. There's a difference in femininity. We are made up of different biological, chemical, physiological elements. Men are men, women are women. Point blank. Okay? Being emotionally aware also helps to not only just be aware, but express the true intent or content of your thinking process, which a lot of us do not do. Now, I will say this, that emotional literacy, awareness is very, very closely related to emotional literacy. Now, I tend not to really like the phrase emotional literacy, because it's kind of like, hey, you're dumbing down a person for not knowing or accepting what they feel, or expressing what they feel. I'm just not a fan of the term emotional literacy. However, I do like the phrase emotional awareness, because it brings into more of a compartmentalized view, that once we zero in on what we're feeling, how we're feeling, and how we can express it, only then can we be truly aware, right? Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to look at a nice little sheet put out here that I'm going to do some referencing from. I'm not going to read this entire thing, but let's just take a listen. Emotional awareness. Emotional awareness means knowing when feelings are present in ourselves and in others. You know, we are creatures of a vibratory nature. So you can sense when somebody is feeling some type of way. You can pick up on it. You can feel it. There's no need to walk around and be like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know they were feeling that way. You can feel it, man. You can feel it. Here it says that it is closely related to emotional literacy, which means being able to label feelings with specific words. At its highest level, it means being able to predict feelings in advance. Now, let me take some of the mystery and demystify some of this. We all know that one of the most one of the most relatable emotions is anger and happiness or sadness, right? So oftentimes you will hear people when they get into an argument, they'll say, look, bro, don't take me there. That's prediction. Or you don't want me to go there. That's prediction. Because they know that if that trigger is pulled, they're going to a place or an emotion will come out that you may not want to see. The Incredible Hulk used to say, Dr. Banner used to say, you do not want to see me when I'm angry. That's prediction, because he knew what would happen, okay? All right. The levels of emotional awareness. Let me move on here. Knowing the feeling is present. The first level of emotional awareness is knowing when feelings are present in ourselves. We become aware of the feeling when we first think about it or realize we feel something at the moment. Examples: we might be feeling impatient. I'm a very impatient person. I may on the outside appear to be patient, and certain roles that I play in society and church calls for me to be patient, but I'm a very impatient person. I like things done, get things done. That's just the type I am, and I don't really subscribe to a lot of procrastination. Okay, let's move on. People will begin to tap their fingers, but at first we are not aware either that we are tapping our fingers or in our feelings. We might notice that we are tapping our fingers a few minutes later, and we also realize we are feeling impatient. We might also be saying to ourselves, I can't believe how long this is taking, so therefore we're talking to ourselves. Men get this way with their wives a lot, especially when they're out shopping. Like, yo, why is this taking so long? Like, come on, let's go. Come on. All right. So then we need to acknowledge the feeling. And this is where it gets good. Acknowledging what we feel. Black men, men in general, have been told, do not express how you're feeling. And I'm here to tell you, express how you are feeling. Let it out. Stop holding it back. Express it. Okay? To continue with the example of the person in the room, after you have become aware that there is someone in the room, you might acknowledge that the person by waving and saying hello. We may not know exactly what the feeling is, but if we notice and acknowledge that we have some feeling, we have taken the next step. Now, nature, and this is the part I like about this little document here, nature has given us a sophisticated guiding system of our feelings. Our negative feelings, for example, we call to attention the things which are not healthy for us. They tell us when we are out of balance. If we feel lonely, for example, we need more connection with other people. The literature on emotional intelligence points out that our feelings direct us to what is important to think about. Through thought, our feelings can point us to the causes of our negative feelings and to the possible solutions. Get to a solution of how you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, and resolve it. That's the main thing. Resolve how you're feeling. Like anything else, the more we practice identifying the emotion, we have to identify what we're feeling. If it's anger, hey, I know where the anger came from. If it's sadness, hey, I know where the sadness come from. We just came off of Father's Day. Father's Day is a holiday I'm still trying to get used to because my father's not here anymore. So it's kind of a sensitive moment for me. I don't let it out. I don't really express it that way, but I am aware of how I feel. You know, if I could turn back the hands of time, he would be here. So, you know, and then people around you, you all need to be mindful of how men are feeling. It's not always about you. It's not always about you. Be mindful. If it's a holiday, if it's a birthday, or if it's a day of significance, if that person is, if it could have an effect on that man, we should be there to support that man, not be in our feelings, because you don't know what they are feeling. Okay? And then we have to accept the feeling. We have to learn how to accept how we're feeling, why we're feeling it, and what we're feeling. Learning to accept things has really helped Dr. Armstrong, if I speak of myself in a third party voice, it has really helped me navigate through life, because certain things I wasn't ready to accept. But you know what? I accepted them. I moved on. I had to go through a few reinventions of myself, but guess what? That's what we do. You become resilient when you identify the feeling. If the feeling has you down, guess what? You become resilient in bouncing back, coming back. If it's the loss of a job, the loss of a loved one, going through certain types of trauma. Black men, we have been through trauma. Men have been through trauma. No matter your race, we go through trauma. Accept that. We can't go back and change it. So therefore, we have to accept it for what it is. So I hope today has helped you in some type of way. Here are 5 things you can do. Talk to your friends. Talk to your loved ones. Seek therapy. Pray. Meditate. Get to know yourself. Get to know who you are. And I can guarantee you will see a difference in years to come. Thank you, folks. I hope you have enjoyed today. And hopefully, I will not promise, but hopefully, we'll see you next week. Have a good one.